Malawi is filled with sadness and shock as the nation grieves the loss of their Vice President, Saulos Chilima.
Sorry to inform you all that it has turned out to be a terrible tragedy. The search and rescue team has found the aircraft near a hill in the Chikangawa forest, and they have found it completely destroyed with no survivors, as all passengers on board were killed on impact. Words cannot describe how heartbreaking this is, and I can only imagine how much pain and anguish you all must be feeling at this time, as well as how much pain and anguish you all will be feeling in the coming days and weeks as we mourn this terrible loss.
Following an overnight search, rescuers have discovered the wreckage of the military aircraft that was carrying the Vice President of Malawi and 9 others. On Tuesday, the President of Malawi announced that the individuals were killed in a plane crash that triggered a massive search effort. Due to poor visibility caused by bad weather, the plane could not land and the pilot was instructed to turn back. However, within minutes, the aircraft disappeared from radar. Mr. Chilima, who had been expected to run for president in the 2025 elections, entered Malawi's political scene a decade ago. He left his position as head of one of the country's largest telecommunications companies to successfully campaign for an office in the 2014 presidential elections as the running mate for Peter Mutharika. In 2019, Mr. Chilima and Mr. Mutharika had a falling out after Mr. Chilima accused Mr. Mutharika of corruption and launched his own political party, the United Transformation Movement. Despite being political rivals, Mr. Chakwera and Mr. Chilima formed a coalition after losing an election marred by irregularities. Successfully challenging the results, the two men won a second vote in 2020. In late 2022, Mr. Chilima was arrested by the country's anti-corruption bureau over accusations of receiving kickbacks from a businessman in exchange for government contracts, charges that he denied. Last month, the Malawian authorities dropped all the charges, although the scandal had already tarnished his image as the anti-corruption advocate. Born in Malawi, Mr. Chilima studied economics at the University of Malawi and earned a doctorate in knowledge management from the University of Bolton in Britain. He is survived by his wife Mary Chilima and their 2 children. Before joining politics, Chilima held key leadership positions in various multinational companies, including Coca-Cola and Airtel Malawi, where he rose to become the chief executive officer. Malawi is filled with sadness and shock as the nation grieves the loss of their vice president, Saulos Chilima. The tragic plane crash that took his life and 9 others has left the country deeply saddened. He was more than just a political leader. He was a beacon of hope for many Malawians. His sudden death is not only a political blow, but also a personal loss for many who looked up to him as a source of inspiration and integrity. As Malawians mourn, they are reminded of the hope and courage that he embodied. His legacy will continue to inspire the nation. Even in their heartbreak, the people of Malawi find the resilience to move forward, holding on to the memories of the leader who will always remain in their hearts. That's all that we have for today. Until the next time, peace.